Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have started with the modeling part over here. So we have almost done it. So we'll be starting off with the texturing part. So let's go into rendering, render setup, and let's go into this and set up a Vray over here. So now what we'll be doing over here is like we'll be assigning a metal shader over here. So I have some reference over here. So for this, let's go into the material editor. And let's go into the slate edit material editor. Let's take a Vray material. I'll just open this and let's give color to it. Let's give some reflection. Fresnel IOR, I'll just increase this and I'll slightly reduce that. And I'll just assign this over here. So if you want to see, you can just render and see how it will look like. So rendering, render setup, I'll just go into this and I'll just activate the GI and see over here. Okay, it's very reflective, so I don't need that much of reflections over here. So I'll just reduce this reflections over here. So you can see there are a lot of reflections. We don't need that many reflections. So I'll just go into this and I'll reduce it more. I'll give the max depth as 8. Let's render and see. Okay, looks better. And go into this maps and let's go into the bump and let's give a bit of noise to it. So let's add some noise. Can add some noise to it to make it look a bit rough over here. Can add some noise. So this is too much. I'll go into this and I'll make this as 0.5. Or 0.2 over here. Looks much better. So I'll just name it as metal over here. And if you want to just make it more of a satin, you can shuffle this over here, slightly just push this over here, and let's give and render it, make it look more of a satin metal. So I have reduced the glossiness over here. This is not going, this is going more towards black. So I'll just keep this as it is. I'll just reduce this. Alright. After that, select this. So mostly we have this shader only. So let's just assign the same shader to the whole element. So go into this and just assign the same shader. So if it's looking more of a black, we can do that. This is just because of some HDRI maps. So if you want, you can just give some environment over here. So if you assign an environment, this might look good over here. So you can just assign an environment. Go into the material, slight reflection. Slight reflections you can just assign and render it again. Okay, looks much better now. So we have slightly assigned some reflections, and if you want that this should move from, we can make it to 6 a bit. Okay, looks better. So we can add more noise. Or make it as fractal. So what I'm doing over here is like, I have just increased this. So select this again, the same way, select this whole thing, select this all. So we can assign some sunset HDRI also. So we can just go into this. Let's take some HDRI map over here. So we can download this HDRI from this website. So let's go into this HDRI, sunrise, sunset. You can take some HDRI maps from the sunset part. I'll just download this. You can go back, you can check out some more. This also looks good. Alright. So first let's just assign this the same shader over here, and for this we'll assign a ground map. So let's again go into this Vray material, go into the bitmap, and if you have ground texture, let's just assign this over here. We can go into this and give a UVW map. So just save your file once again. So for this, what I'll be doing over here is like, although I have assigned this over here, we have added a bit of reflection to it, much better. Let's again go into this. Slightly reduce its glossiness, and into the maps again I'll be slightly adding a noise over here. So I'll reduce this noise to 0.2 over here, or 0.5, so we can work with the noise accordingly over here. So I've added a bit of noise over here. Let's make it to 0.3, much better. So again select this. So instead of textures, this time we have assigned some shaders. Looks much better. So select this. Select this all. Just assign it. So let's again go into the material editor and let's call a Vray HDRI. So I'll be definitely coming up with Corona materials also very soon. So I'll go into the downloads and I'll just take this over here, make it spherical ground projection, go into rendering, environment, so go into the rendering, render setup, go into the image filter and drag this over here. If you don't give a ground projection, it's going to look in some different way. So you can give a ground projection if required. That's totally okay. And let's render it once to see how it looks like. Okay. If we get more of a noise over here, we'll definitely reduce the noise. This is just for a reference over here. Alright. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. So we'll continue the rest of the part in the coming tutorial. So thanks for watching this tutorial.